What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Motivational Mondays. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen, Diop. I'm on the show where we bring you the hottest guests, the hottest celebrities, the hottest of whatever is going on in the Alamo City right here on Black Video News. And today, of course, is no substitute. I got my girl sitting here, Jennipha.
Yes, Jennipha.
Jennipha Ricks, yeah. Better known as Jay. That's what I call her, Jay Ricks. Jay is the new Chief Learning Officer of the coming up new Essence Preparatory San Antonio Academy right here in San Antonio in Bexar County. One of the newest schools, hottest schools that's coming up, and she's going to be leading them. And so we're going to go into a little conversation about her, about what she's doing, about what the school is going, and what you can expect moving forward. But how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I want to thank you for coming on today. I know you're busy.
Yeah, but thank you for having me, and I definitely wasn't going to miss this opportunity. So I'm glad that I'm here and I'm ready to get into it.
Thank you. So how's the family? The pandemic's going on. How's everybody?
Oh, with most families these days, there's been some loss, not necessarily due to COVID, but just, with the stress and different things going on. But all in all, we're great. Immediate family is doing well. Good. Daughter is thriving as she's 5, but she's doing her thing. My mother is great. Everybody's moving. Good. Everybody's.
I saw your picture of your daughter. She looks like a little you. So
that's my mini me. That's my mini me. And the scary thing is that she acts just like me.
Really?
So that's very upsetting, and sometimes because it puts that mirror in front of your face, and you're like, oh, did I say that? It's like, I think I did say that. And then she turns it right around, and she knows how to use it too. She knows how to use it.
So Jay, I've been following you. I mean, I've watched your career. To me, you're like a baby sister to me. But I've watched you from afar, and I've just watched you come up and do what you're doing now. And we're going to talk about the school later. But kind of let the audience know just kind of who is Jay Ricks. I know you're from Athens, Texas, and just kind of your journey into education and why San Antonio and how you got to where you are today.
Okay, yeah. So originally I'm from Athens, Texas, which is in East Texas. And when I started out going to college, I actually wanted to be a criminal lawyer. I wanted to be an attorney. And a lot of the reason why is because I'm kind of a little bit of a rebel at heart.
Not you.
And just a little bit, just a little bit. And my grandparents and my parents were in education. Like a lot of my family are either education, preachers and teachers. That's what my family's. One of my. And so I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then as I was growing up, people were like, yeah, you're going to be a teacher. You're going to be a teacher like your mom, like your parents. And I'm like, I refuse. I'm not going into education. I'm not doing it. So when I initially started going to college, that's what I wanted to do. And then I veered off into journalism, started looking at that for a little bit because I love to write. And then I was like, you know what, let me take a couple of education classes, just see, if I like it. And then I did. I loved it, and I ran with it. Graduated from Texas State with my bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies. Then I went on to get my master's at UT Tyler in education administration. I'm currently working on my doctorate, my PhD in curriculum and instruction at Liberty University.
Ricks is coming.
Dr. Ricks is coming.
So tell me the title of that dissertation. We talked about it off camera, but tell me the title of that again.
So my dissertation is a phenomenological study on African American females and how they were prepared for post-secondary education in the state of Texas.
Y'all got all that?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
She said. So, and you are. Have you found anything that the public should know about? Have your research uncovered anything that would make us go, wow, I didn't know that?
Right now, not so much, but I'm continuing to really dig and see what I can find. The challenge that I've ran into so far is that there really aren't that many studies out there done on African American females. Now there are, but they're usually geared toward females in higher education, like becoming professors or different things like that, or females in the medical field or in STEM or different things like that, and not particularly going into the area that I'm delving in, which is why I wanted to do the study in the first place, is to put research out there surrounding that particular topic. So I'm having to also look at, research studies that pertain to Latinx women and then Black males, and just seeing what theories are surrounding those pieces and see how I can make it fit.
So is that something in your journey, is that something that you want to do, mentoring as far as getting more Black women in just the K-12 arena? Is that something that you think about? Is that something that you kind of do?
I do. I think about that, and that's actually why I started my consulting business initially. So I own a business, JL Consulting, and it's geared toward 2 different platforms.
Okay.
So one of them is centered more around purpose coaching, which is geared toward older women. But initially, I had mapped out a plan for a group of girls from ages about 12 to 18 called Shiro in the Making.
Wow.
And basically, it was a program designed to support girls of color who are looking for mentors, who are looking for people to guide them in a positive direction in life. And, sometimes they don't always want to go to mom or grandma because they're too close to home. And so they want to go to other people that may be able to connect with them a little bit better and maybe on a deeper level that can offer that love and support. And so that's what I wanted to center my program around, and really looking at self and, how we can empower our girls to walk in a path that will ultimately help create them to be those to queens. We want to get them to being queens. So
is that something that you're aware of, that you're really cognizant of in your leadership walk, in your daily? Is that something that you're walking around looking at the females? Because you got boys there too.
I do.
So when you're looking at your young ladies on your campus, is something that you're just kind of aware of all the time when you're in your leadership?
Definitely, and that just comes from my own obstacles in my life growing up. Now, financially, yes, everything was great, but there were still some struggles there. And so just to speak to me on a personal level, when I was younger, I was molested. And then as a young adult, I was raped. And so I've suffered abuse in a past marriage. So all of these things, have happened in my life, but instead of looking at myself as a victim, I'm a victor. Like, I've come out of that. I've still been able to be successful and to get to where I am today with family, with friends, with therapy, and being able to say, yes, this happened to me, but because of this, I'm stronger now. And now I can use my mess as a message. And I came through that test, and it's now my testimony. And then now, how does that impact me, not only as a woman inspiring others, but as a leader inspiring others? So
you just heard it. Jennipha Ricks. If you don't got chills right now, I have chills sitting here. So we're going to come right back with some more from Jay Ricks, new principal, new chief learning officer at Essence Prep. We'll be right back.
2021 is complete. Good or bad, you made it through. The year of many firsts. It will not be easily forgotten. The Black Book Yearbook will help you capsule the year that was 2021. Own your part of history. Get your yearbook today at blacksinsanantonio.com. For the latest news and community activities, visit our companion site, blackvideonews.com, celebrating over 10 years of documenting the community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Welcome back to Motivational Mondays right here on Black Video News. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen Diop. I'm talking to the one and only Jennipha J. Ricks, the new Chief Learning Officer at Essence Preparatory Academy right here in San Antonio, and we're back. So
yes.
we left off talking about just what your dissertation is, and she gave you that long title, and she knows what it's going to be about. And when can we expect the dissertation to come out, by the way?
It's going to be a while. Okay. Just pray for me. I'm trying to get through this chapter 2. I'm hoping to be done by the summer, so I'll shoot for the end of this year, beginning of 2023.
Beginning 2023. You heard her. She's going to be Dr. Ricks. Again, she's the new Chief Learning Officer at Essence Preparatory Academy, the newest charter school right here in San Antonio and Bexar County. So let's talk a little bit about the school and how's the planning and what are you doing now to get that school up and running? Are we talking about August 2022 or what are we talking about?
August 15, 2022, our doors will open. So the premise behind Essence came from Akeem Brown, the CEO and superintendent, and he attended a school in New York called Essence. So that's where he got the idea of Essence Prep. And so his goal was to really create a school that, targeted all students so that we could provide them with the best education possible, but we really wanted to target Black and brown students specifically because in public schools they tend to, get pushed to the side a little bit, statistically. So we really want to create a very robust, in-depth curriculum that not only supports all students in general, but really supports them and who they are as individuals so that we can better guide them towards success. So part of our mission is really cultivating those leading change agents, so that by the time they come into our school and then they leave in the 8th grade, they have a very true sense of who they are as individuals. Right. Because now you can ask, a child, oh, well, who are you? And they'll look at you like, oh, well, I'm Jennipha. Like they tell they tell you their name, but no, who are you? And so that's something that we really want to establish in our students from day one. Okay, let's talk about who you are. Yes, we can talk about your name. We can talk about what you look like physically, but let's talk about you on the inside. What is your interest? What do you value as an individual? And that those values, of course, may change as they grow, as they start learning more about life. But that's really what our goal is to give our students agency so they know how to use their voice to not only ask for what they want, but know how to ask for what they need. And if they don't get what they need, they know how to develop a plan to go ask whoever they need to ask to get what they need, or develop a movement to get what they need. So that's really our plan.
And your grades are from?
So our grades will be from kinder to 8th grade, but this year we're going to start with K1 and 2 and then 4 and 5.
Okay. So when you, and I know this is a couple of years down the line, so when an 8th grader graduates from Essence and goes on to high school, and I used to say this when I was a principal, how will your 8th grade graduate from Essence Prep, how will I know that he came from Essence Prep and I'm his high school principal or high school principal? What kind of things will you put in them to basically so they stand out when they get to high school?
So when you'll know that they come from Essence Prep just based off the conversation, because what we want our kids to be able to do is to walk into a room, and yes, we want them to question things that they know aren't right, and to be able to, like I said, use their voice to stand up and say, you know what, that doesn't sound right. Let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation. But also know who they are. What are, like I said, what are their values? Right. They can tell you what their values are. They can tell you what their path is, direction that they want to go in life. And of course, they're 8th grade, so it may change, But at least they have an idea of where they're going. They have a very strong work ethic, so they know what it means to put in the work. So one of the things we're looking at too is, okay, well, what does productive struggle look like? What does that sound like in our classrooms? What are our teachers doing when students are going through that productive struggle process? What is their role? What are the groups doing? What are the individual students doing? So there's a lot that goes into that, but once they get out on the other side of that, it's going to create that whole child concept. Right. That's what we're looking for. So
if I'm an aspiring teacher and I want to come and work for you, what kind of teachers are you looking for? What do you in your estimation, the perfect teacher for Essence Prep?
So the perfect teacher would be someone who of course has a knowledge of self, And to be able to model that for our students. They have to be willing to be hardworking, because it's not an easy feat. I mean, you know, you've been in education. And so the curriculum that we're designing and coming up with is going to take a lot of hands-on. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of intentionality. It's going to take a lot of planning. And then you have to be willing to do all of those pieces, and then going in and saying and knowing that the leadership that's going to be coming with that is going to be some tough leadership. And as thinking of myself as a leader, I'm a servant leader, but I'm also a very tough leader. And that's because I have very high expectations. I have very high expectations of myself. So then therefore, that's going to translate into whoever we hire for the leadership team, whoever we hire as a teacher, and then of course as our students. Because if we don't have those expectations, we're never going to get anywhere.
Right.
So we need teachers that are willing to say, you know what? I may not know this, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to put in the work to get to that next step. Yes, you know, I'm going to go in the classroom every single day, and I'm going to bring my best self that day for those students. And so at the end of the day, as long as their mind is student-centered and their vision and their goals also match what the mission and the vision of the goals of Essence Prep are, then we'll be a good fit.
Okay. So how many students are you looking for day one?
We are hoping that we can have roughly 360 kids.
Wow.
So.
Wow. And how's the recruiting going so far?
So far, it's going a lot better than we had anticipated, you know, initially. So we're definitely making some huge strides. So
well, they're going to come. Just I can tell you just because of you, and I'm not saying this because I mean I know I watched you, but your energy and your dynamism and what you offer. If I had a child at your age, I would send them to you. So I think you're going to be great. So we're here talking to the Chief Learning Officer of Essence Prep right here in San Antonio. We're going to come back after the break, and she'll tell you kind of how you can contact her, how you can contact the school, how your child can register, and all the other good stuff on the other side right here on Motivational Monday, Black Video News. Be right back.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that and then they emulate that.
COVID-19 has changed how we spend weekends with the girls. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to brunching instead of late-night munching. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe? Should I wait?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Nothing to do this week? Don't miss another event. Go to blacksinsanantonio.com for our event calendar. The home of the largest business directory in San Antonio with an African-American focus. Sign up today for our weekly e-blast and text message alerts. Help us make this a better community. Connect, empower, grow.
Welcome back to Motivational Mondays with Dr. Mateen Diop right here on Black Video News. We've been having an outstanding conversation with the new Chief Learning Officer, Essence Prep SA, right here in San Antonio, the one and only Jennipha J. Rick. So we're going to wrap this up, but I wanted her to give her an opportunity to talk about the school, talk about the type of students they're recruiting, and what you can expect on August the 15th. So if I wanted more information about the school and how to enroll, I'm a parent, what do I need to do?
Okay, so if you are a parent out there and you have a student that is going into kinder, first or second or fourth and fifth, please go to www.essenceprepsa.org and fill out the enrollment form. If you are a teacher and you are looking to teach at a dynamic campus that is truly about students, please go to www.essenceprepsa.org and apply. And we would love to have you on our campus and have those candid conversations about how we can make that connection. So parents, yes, go to that website, enroll, or you can contact D Burton, D-B-U-R-T-O-N at essenceprepsa.org, or you can contact myself, J. Ricks, at essenceprepsa.org, and we'd be happy to speak with you, explain to you a little bit more about Essence Prep and what you can expect. as your child comes into our campus. And just remember, we are here for you. The whole purpose of this school is to be able to serve our community in a way, in education that has never been served before. And so our goal as a leadership team is to take in our students, to take in our families, to take in our community, and really bring back that family feel to the concept of education, because that's what's been lost. It's been so segregated that we've lost the true meaning and the spirit of really coming together as a village to support our children. And so that's what we want to do. So if you are on board, if this sounds like an amazing campus for you, like I said, please go www.essenceprepsa.org.
Wow. If you're trying to teach and you're trying to get an education, I'm going to direct you to this young woman right here. She's doing phenomenal things. Before I let you go, I wanted to ask you real quick about your recruiting when it comes to black men. I know we have these black male initiatives and all that kind of stuff. So what is your message, and how are you recruiting black male? Or is that something that you're intentionally trying to do?
Yeah, we're definitely intentionally trying to do that, because what we've noticed is we've had a lot of applications come in, but a majority of those applications have been women. And we've had maybe 1 or 2 men here and there, but we really need more men, especially black men, to apply. Whether you're in leadership, in education, if you have an elementary certification and you're a black male educator, please go to the website and apply, because our students need that, our boys need that, our girls need that, so they need to see those kings and queens in power. So
wow.
Yeah.
Kings and queens in power. So I'm gonna go ahead and challenge my frat brothers, Omega Psi Phi fraternity. If you are here in Psi Alpha chapter, you're here in San Antonio, you're trying to teach. What if they're coming out of like the non-traditional areas, like they retire from the military and things of that nature? Will they be a fit with you? Be teachers?
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Okay, you heard it.
I'm open to conversation.
All right, you heard it. This is Motivational Monday right here on Black Video News. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen Diop. We've been talking to the one and only Jay Ricks, the new Chief Learning Officer at Essence Prep right here. Remember, you can find her at www.essenceprep.sa.org.
EssencePrepSA.org.
Make sure you get in touch with her, bend her ear. She's more than happy to talk to anybody. But give her a chance. You're a parent of a K1 and 2 or 4 and 5?
Yes.
Give her a chance. Reach out to her. One more time, the website?
www.essenceprepsa.org.
Motivational Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen Diop. This is Jay Ricks. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Tell the guesstimator who's coming to dinner, and it'll tell you how much to make. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Today on Motivational Mondays, we talk to the one and only Jennipha J. Ricks, the new Chief Learning Officer at Essence Prep SA right here in San Antonio. And I wanted to leave you today with a thought. I've been in education. I served in education for 25 years. I've served everything from as a teacher all the way up to the executive level office, and I've been a principal at every level. So I know a little bit about education. I know a little bit about what this sister is about to do. And what I wanted to tell you today, parents, and those of you who are interested in America's public schools, I would like to say this about Jay as we move forward. Dynamic young woman. She is about to lead a school and do something that hasn't been done before by a black woman right here in the city. And I would encourage everyone to support her. If you have a child, kinder through 2nd grade, give her a chance. 4th and 5th grade, give her a chance. But not only her school, but since we have been going through so much as it relates to the pandemic and all the things we've gone through in education, as we start a new school year in August, I would encourage you parents and communities to support your principals, support your school leaders, support your teachers. They're doing the yeoman's work. They're doing what they call God's work to make sure every student learns. And I would encourage you to support them, trust them, because all they want to do is educate your child. That's all they want to do. And they can make that job a lot easier if you help them. So remember, We talked to Jay Ricks today, essenceprepsa.org, but any school in your community, whether it's a neighborhood school, your traditional neighborhood school, whether it's your charter school, I would encourage you to support them because they need your help right now, especially as we're coming out of the pandemic and going into a new school year. Give them all the support they need, because I guarantee you your child will benefit from it. And when your child benefits from it, we all benefit because it makes a better society for us all. So again, this is Motivational Mondays. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen Diop, and we're going to see you here on this channel every week. Make sure you subscribe. You can follow me at drmateendiop.com at all the major Twitter, social media, all of those outlets. Follow me right here, but you can also come back to Black Video News, the news channel, every Monday for Motivational Mondays. I'm your host, Dr. Mateen Diop, and we'll see you next time. Peace.